Summer had always been my favorite season, and this year, my friends and I had planned the perfect beach getaway. The sun was blazing, the ocean was inviting, and the nights were filled with laughter and bonfires. But as the days went by, something sinister began to unravel beneath the surface of our idyllic vacation. We arrived at the beach house, a quaint, weathered cottage perched on the dunes, with a perfect view of the sea. The locals called it the Siren's Rest, and while the name seemed charming, there was an unease in the air that I couldn't quite shake off. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, I decided to take a solitary walk along the shore. The sound of the waves crashing against the rocks was soothing, and I let my mind wander, lost in the beauty of the moment. That's when I heard it, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper carried by the wind. "Help me." I stopped, my heart racing. I looked around, but the beach was empty. Shaking off the feeling, I continued walking, chalking it up to my imagination. But the whisper persisted, growing more desperate. "Help me." I followed the voice, my curiosity piqued and my fear mounting. It led me to a secluded cove, hidden from view by jagged rocks. As I approached, I saw a figure standing at the water's edge, a girl, her back turned to me, her hair wet and clinging to her shoulders. "Are you okay?" I called out, my voice trembling. She didn't respond. Instead, she slowly turned to face me, and I felt a chill run down my spine. Her eyes were hollow, empty voids that seemed to suck the light out of the evening. Her skin was pale, almost translucent, and she was dripping wet, as if she had just emerged from the depths of the ocean. "Help me," she whispered again, her voice echoing in the quiet cove. I wanted to run, but my feet were rooted to the spot. The girl began to walk towards me, her movements slow and deliberate. As she came closer, I noticed something horrifying. Her clothes were tattered, and seaweed clung to her limbs. She looked like she had been underwater for a very long time. "Please, help me," she repeated, reaching out a cold, clammy hand. I finally found the strength to move. I turned and ran, stumbling over the rocks, my heart pounding in my chest. I didn't stop until I reached the safety of the beach house. My friends were gathered around the bonfire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. I must have looked terrified because they immediately asked what was wrong. I told them about the girl, but they were skeptical, suggesting I had imagined it or that it was a trick of the light. But I knew what I had seen, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible had happened in that cove. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't sleep. The whisper haunted my thoughts, and I kept hearing her plea for help. Finally, I decided to do some research. I discovered that many years ago, a young girl had drowned near the cove. She had been caught in a rip current, and her body was never found. Locals believed her spirit still haunted the beach, searching for someone to help her find peace. The next day, I returned to the cove, this time with flowers and a silent prayer. I laid them at the water's edge, hoping to offer some comfort to the restless spirit. As I stood there, I felt a sense of calm wash over me, and for a moment, I thought I heard a faint whisper of gratitude carried by the breeze. Our vacation ended, and we returned home, but I never forgot the girl at the beach. To this day, I avoid secluded coves and listen carefully to the whispers of the wind, wondering if somewhere, someone else might hear her cry for help and bring her the peace she so desperately seeks.